Well, hello, and here are the answers or the translation for these exercises. If you have not done the exercises, I strongly urge you to turn off this video and go back and do them before looking at the answers. Okay, so I'm going to see if this works. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to type in the answers, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Thank you for doing this or allowing me to do this. Okay, so, and, okay, I think everybody agrees there. The word flesh, hope you were able to look that up. Now, okay, so now we have our first verb here. If you look at the bottom, number one is ginomai. Now, I would say let me go there. Ginomai, it's deponent. Because it has the oh my in the vocabulary, I know that this is a word that is going to look passive, or it's going to look middle or passive, but I'm going to translate it actively. In fact, I don't know how you would translate the word become passively. How would you even do that? And so it's third person singular, so the subject has to be third person singular. I have two candidates here. I have the word and I have flesh. Both of these are nominative. I didn't tell you that flesh was nominative, but it is. So I'm going to go with the first one, and I'm going to go with the one that has the article on it, okay? So I'm going to give a little space here, and then, so this is a verb, okay, I knew that. It's aorist, so it's past tense. So if it means become, I'm going to translate it became, and let's see if that works. It's indicative, it's deponent. I have that D under it. The D's for deponent, that's good enough for me, okay? And it's third singular, he, she, or it. The word is a he in Greek. I think we've got it, by Jove. And so we've correctly translated this first little segment. And the word became flesh. And the reason this is nominative is because became is like an equal sign. The word equals flesh. And so it's going to be nominative. There's a word for it. It's called a predicate nominative. I don't know whether you remember your grammar, but the predicate in an English sentence is the latter part of the sentence after the verb. And so the word became a nominative after the verb is a predicate nominative after the verb. Okay? If you have questions, write them down and I will answer them, Lord willing, on Friday. Okay? And the word did something else. What else did the word do? Well, this word means, what does this word mean? You know, we're knocking them off here. We can knock this one off. Gone. Skenao means to pitch a tent, okay? Or to tabernacle, or to tent, which has connotations of the Old Testament tabernacle. You know how God's presence was in the tabernacle in the wilderness? Well, looky here. We have God's presence in Jesus tenting with us here on earth. Isn't that neat? So it's a verb, pitch a tent, but it's aorist. So pitched a tent, and it's active. Well, pitched a tent is active, and it's indicative, and its third person singular subject is word. So I think we have it. Pitched a tent. Now, in us is not as good as among us. And I don't know whether you knew that you could translate N with among, but you can. And okay, so yay. Now, let me get this final one. What else? Among us. And, okay, this is first person plural. What does that tell me? Oh, that suggests that we, and this word is, so we've knocked this one out now. Oh my, it's deponent. Okay, so here's another word that looks middle or passive in form, but we're going to translate it actively. So behold. Okay, behold. Let me remember that. Behold. And let's go up here. We behold. It's aorist. What's the past tense of behold? Beheld. Is that the past tense? I think it is. And we beheld. Now, it's a verb. We already got that. It's aorist. We just got that. It's active. Okay, so it's not, we're not being beheld, we are beholding it. So we beheld, active. What did we behold? We beheld the glory Okay, we beheld the glory. Now, I hope you know that this is a personal pronoun because we've been through this. And so what ending is that? It's genitive. So an of is going to come out of it. And let me get down to 12-point font. So the of comes out of the genitive ending. And then this is the personal pronoun, him, he, she, or it. So I'm having there we go. Okay, so of him. So, and the word became flesh, Jesus, and it pitched a tent among us. Jesus tabernacled among us, the glory of God on earth in a person. And we beheld the glory of him. What kind of a glory? A glory as, okay, I told you that this was an adjective. It's genitive, so I'm going to put an of in it. As of, let's see what this word means. Only born, okay? As of the only born, does that work? That's a little hard, but let's go with it. And then from, and I hope you were able to find that this is Father. Man, I didn't give you this vocabulary. Bad Ken. I hope you're able to look it up. I hope it is in the back of your Croy textbook so that you could see. I mean, I think the reason why I didn't tell you what this is because if you looked in the back of Croy, you would have found the word pater, and hopefully you would have recognized that it looked close enough to this form here that you could have put father. This is genitive. I should have told you that. This word I hope you also found in the back of Croy, full, and this is, okay, so I told you what this is, I believe. This is a noun, and at the bottom, we learned that this is the word for grace, charis. The word charisma comes from the word for grace. So, and it's genitive, so full of grace. And this is a word I hope you were able to look up. And you should know this noun ending. It's a genitive ending of truth. Okay. So how'd you do? And the word became flesh. This is John 1:14. The word became flesh and tabernacled, pitched a tent among us. And we beheld the glory of him, a glory as of the only born from the Father, the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Okay, let's keep going. I hope you were able to figure out that this is the word for John. Probably by this point you figured out it was John 1 and you could cheat a little if you had to. So this word, if you look at the bottom, is martureo, to witness. And so you should know the oase. So this is present. It's normal. So John witnesses. John witnesses, and this is concerning him. John witnesses concerning him. And, hope you know the word and. Now, finally, we get to a perfect tense. I mean, isn't that what we're doing here? Why are you doing all these other things? We've been studying the perfect tense. Okay, here's our first perfect tense. And the word it's from is cry out. Okay, cry out. And it's perfect. So it's third singular. So John is third singular. It's a he, right? So we got that taken care of. We know it's a verb. Yeah, no problem. Oh, it's perfect. And so what auxiliary word do we introduce to the perfect? Has. John has cried out. And it's active. Is that active? It's not John is being cried out. It's John has cried out. It's active. Then I tell you there that means saying, you know, so I've already told you that. Quote, got a quotation here. We have a capital letter. Capital letter in the Greek New Testament. If some Greek New Testaments don't do capital letters, but if you find one, it's a quote. This one, now you should know ain. Now, you may not have a perfect photographic memory, but we've had ain before. It is the imperfect of a me. We just translate it was. This one was. Now, hone may have caused you some problems. Hone is a relative pronoun. It's one of our pronouns, It looks like an ending without a word. And it basically, we translate it, whom. This was the one whom, and then we come to apon. Apon, it's a verb, okay, got it. First singular, so the subject of a first singular is I, right? And then down here it tells you that it's from say, it's irregular. It doesn't look at all like it, right? But it means say. So let's go ahead with say, except we've got to make it aorist active. Whom I said, quote. Now we have a quote within a quote. Who does that? Said, the, and then at the bottom it says after. The, after, and then mu. Did you recognize mu? The after me, the reason why mu is genitive is, in this case, is not because it means of me, but it goes with a piso. This is a preposition that takes the genitive. So the after me one, the one after me, in other words, and then I tell you that this means coming. The one coming after me, let me go ahead and put it that way. The after me coming one, Greek is crazy, got to get used to the way it does stuff. So this is the one, and I'm going to go and put in about to make good English. This is the one about whom I said, the one coming, okay, now we come to emprosthen. Down at the bottom, emprosthen means before. So the one coming after me, this is the one whom I said, the one coming after me, before me, and then I have this again. Now you might be surprised to find that this doesn't look at all like this, and yet I put a number one. Surely you've made a mistake, Ken. I do make mistakes. However, this is the same word, become, that we saw before, except now it's perfect. So I'm going to put has, because it's perfect, has come. Third singular, because it's talking about the one after me, Jesus, in other words. And it's perfect, it's active. So the one, putting it all together, John witnesses concerning him and has cried out, saying, quote, this one was the one whom I spoke about, saying, quote, the after me coming one before me has come. And then I'm going to translate this as because, before. Because, here's Ain again. Do you remember Ain? Because he was protos. Hopefully you found this in the back of Croy. First of me. I have too many was's here. That can't be right. I don't know. Did it go like that? Okay, so John is basically saying, the guy that's coming after me actually existed before me. He's first before me. Okay, and so that is our first one here. How'd you do? It was hard, and there were probably some more information I should have given you, but struggle is good. In fact, when you're cut loose, you're going to have to be able to find words in dictionaries. Of course, interlinearbible.org does have the numbers above, so not as much as we used to, but you learn by this struggle to figure out these things, and I hope that now that you see how it goes, all is good. Okay, second one. Here's hutos again. We just saw it, right? So this, do you recognize istant? Emi, a, esti. This is third person singular. This is the person, the kata with the genitive. So kata is a preposition that can take two cases. It can take the genitive or it can take the accusative. When it takes the genitive, it means against. When it takes the accusative, it means according to. So this is genitive, so it's against. The against the people and the law and the place this. Okay, what does that all mean? So this is now, I can tell you, this is from Acts 21, where a mob is very upset with Paul. And they say, this is the guy. This is the guy who, let me keep going here. So this is the way Greek is crazy. This is the guy, namely, the against the people and the law and this place guy. Is there really a comma there? So this is the guy against the people and the law and this place. Teaching, you know what, is that te, right? Well, I'll have to look it up. Let me just ignore it. If the te's not there, then the goes with teaching. This is the teaching guy. This is the guy teaching against the people and the law and this place. Teaching all people. This is a substantive. It's all, but it's accusative plural. He's teaching all everywhere. And I told you that was teaching. So if you put it all together, it's pretty wild. What it says is, this is the guy, the one teaching everyone everywhere against the people and the law and this place. Isn't that wild? Let me do it one more time. This is the guy, the one teaching everybody everywhere against the people and the law and this place. Okay? He's doing it to Greeks. Okay, now what does this mean? So it's a verb, and if I could look down here, I see entered. So we've done that one. And we've done that one. So this word, it means enter. Okay? So the third person singular means the subject is he, who's Paul. He he entered. Okay, he entered, and this is, I don't know if I've told you, I think I may have told you this, but the active voice, there's some cases where you can feel like caused to enter. I think that works really well here. He caused to enter Greeks. He caused, let me reorder it a little bit. He caused Greeks to enter. He caused Greeks to enter into the temple. And, okay, now we have this word here. Third person singular means that the subject is he, right? Or it could be she or it, but we're talking about Paul here. He, perfect tense, that's why I chose this. Perfect tense, it's got to be active. And so the word is defile. So if it's perfect, I'm going to say he has defiled. And he has defiled the holy place, this. So he's defiled this holy place. Okay, this might be just a little bit beyond you, but I hope that you can see, where I've gotten this from. We'll debrief on Friday, but hopefully you can kind of see how I've gotten, what I've gotten here. So this is the guy, the against the people and the law and this place guy, teaching everyone everywhere. That's probably how you came up with what you came up with. Although, again, let me tell you, more technically, this is the guy, the one teaching everyone everywhere against the people and the law in this place. He has entered Greeks into the temple. He has caused Greeks to enter into the temple, and he has defiled this holy place. Okay, Paul's in big trouble. He's going to be arrested. Okay, and now we get finally to the third one, which is from Philippians chapter 3. Okay, not that already. Okay, let me get us down to 12-point font because I want it to be that. Okay, so not that already. Okay, what is this? This is, the code tells me that this is a verb. Okay, got that. First singular, so the subject is I. Not that already I, so I can take that off. Now, what word is it? It's aorist active, and it's from lambano, to receive. Okay, so not that I received, past tense, not that I already received, or, this is the word for or, I hope you looked it up in the back, or already. Okay, here's our perfect. This is why I picked this one. So rest in peace. No, it's a perfect indicative passive. First singular, so I'm going to go with I as the subject. Yep, it's a verb. I got it. What is the rest in peace here? So the word is perfect or perfect. It's a verb, to perfect. And so perfect, I'm going to go with have. I have. It's passive, so I'm going to go with been. And then the word is perfect. So not that I have been perfected already. Okay? See how that works? I, because it's my I because it's first singular, have because it's perfect, been because it's passive, and then perfected because that's the word. Okay? But I am pursuing. So that's just it's the same form. I pursue, or I am pursuing. Not misspelled. I am pursuing if also, and when Kai doesn't, sometimes Kai doesn't work as and. And so when Kai doesn't work as and, we shift into one of the other possible translations, which is either also or even. So I'm going to go with also. And I've told you this translation here. Not that already I received or already I have been perfected, but I am pursuing if also I might take hold of. And I've just gone ahead and give you the translation there. Upon, this is upon. Did you recognize epi? The iota was chopped off because the next letter is a vowel, and then it aspirated to a f because the next letter is a rough breathing mark. So it's a relative pronoun, so upon whom. I'm going to go with also again. Now we come to the same word, take hold of. If you look down here, it's take hold of, catalambano, take hold of, okay? Except it's aorist passive. So it's first singular, so it's I. The verb, yes. It's aorist, so I took hold of, but it's passive. I was taken hold of. So I'm not doing the taking hold of. I am being taken hold of in the past, and then by Christ. Brothers and sisters, this is a reflexive pronoun, myself, not I reckon. We've had oh my, right? Lu oh my, lue, luatai. So that's first person singular. And it tells me down here, consider. I do not consider, or I do not reckon myself. That's accusative. You should recognize the accusative ending. So I do not reckon myself. And here we have this same word again, take hold of. Except this is an infinitive. That's what the N means. So to, it's perfect, right? Have, it's active. Taken hold of. Okay, I don't consider myself to have taken hold of it yet. But one thing I do. But one thing I do. This is a neuter plural alpha. Bingo. The things. There's a piso again. Men, just ignore the men. It means on the one hand. The things behind, forgetting, and the things ahead, stretching. See, there's stretching. It says right there. Let me go ahead and just eliminate this line so I can get it up here so I can see it. Okay? So there's stretching. According to the goal I pursue. We just had this word. Unto the prize of the calling of God. And I chopped off in Christ Jesus so I could fit it on the page. Okay, well, so you put it all together, and this third one from Philippians 3 says, not that already I received or already have been perfected, but I pursue, if also I might take hold upon, and actually maybe we should go upon that which, go with the neuter. I need to go over the relative pronoun before we die. Upon that which also I was taken hold of by Christ. Brothers, I do not consider myself to have taken hold of all that, but one thing, the things behind forgetting and the things ahead stretching out toward, I am pursuing with my eye on the goal for the prize of the calling, the upward calling of God in Christ Jesus. Okay, well, that was tough. Maybe I didn't give you as much information as you needed, but I'm sure you probably maybe looked at the English translation once you figured out where you were. Maybe, could be, possibly. There we have the homework, and we'll go over it if we need to quickly on Friday. Be ready with any questions you might have.